It was September 4th, 1984, when I first walked into my office as a licensed realtor. Do you remember your first day as well? The tools at my disposal were the phone, a phone book, and a place to sit. Personal computers wouldn't be a thing until the early 1990s. Cell phones were emerging, but they had yet to be a realistic alternative. Access to the multiple listing service was by receiving a heavy paper catalog every 2 weeks in a massive dumb terminal that printed reams of paper slower than the paint drying on the wall. And we only used that when we wanted the current information. In all reality, the most valuable tool we had as a realtor 40 years ago was our good looks and personality. You can see that some of us were not that well equipped. In our pocket, we have a computer that's more powerful than the computers they used in 1969 to send the astronauts to the moon and bring them back. You have CRMs that manage your business, Canva for graphic design, software and apps that give you real-time, up-to-date information on new listings, mapping services that will give you step-by-step instructions on how to get to the property that you want to show, and video editing software. And we haven't even touched on social media and what you can do when you access various AI models. The tools at our disposal today for communication, doing research, creating marketing material, and managing our prospecting efforts are incredible. But I want to present to you that the most remarkable tool at our disposal today is the same one that has been available to us for as long as selling and being a salesperson has been a thing. You and your unique personal style are that tool. Sales is all about building stronger relationships, and we should acknowledge and leverage our unique personalities as one of our first steps rather than searching for new technology and a quick fix to boost sales. Now, don't get me wrong. I love what we can do with technology and exploring how to leverage what it can do for us. However, understanding the various personality styles is crucial in improving communication skills and building stronger relationships and achieving better closing ratios on sales calls. Adapting our approach to different personalities can significantly enhance our ability to connect with clients and drive successful sales. Okay, think for a moment about how you would describe a stereotypical salesperson. Your description might include them as someone who typically possessing an outgoing and charismatic personality. They're often competent and persuasive with excellent communication skills. They're adept at building rapport and establishing trust with others. Additionally, they're goal-oriented, they're resilient, they're motivated by challenges, and their enthusiasm and passion for what they're selling are often contagious. And they're skilled at identifying and capitalizing on opportunities. Overall, they are confident, highly driven, and thrive in competitive environments. Now that may describe the stereotype, but it's not what we aspire to teach you in this course. Nor should it be an expectation of yours that you need to become that person to succeed. There are 4 things that will determine your success as a salesperson. First, developing good work habits. Then having a great attitude or mindset. You need to be developing better skills, and you need to be completing enough dollar productive activities in a day to result in achievement of your goals. There's a real estate mentor, Brian Buffini. He says that you need to work on 6 things: your habits, your attitude, and your skills, and do your calls, notes, and pop buys. So I've lumped the last 3 together as the 4th one on my list, developing better skills, because those 3 things might differ depending on what you're selling. Understanding the principles is what is essential. Knowing who you are and recognizing the personality attributes of your clients can increase your sales 20, 30, maybe even 50%. And who wouldn't want that kind of an increase? So to understand your clients' motivations and behaviors, we will introduce the foundation of our course, DISC theory. This theory provides a framework for understanding and categorizing behavioral styles, allowing us to tailor and adapt our sales approach to better suit the needs and preferences of our clients. By gaining insight into the different personality traits and communication styles, we can effectively adapt our sales strategies to build stronger connections and achieve tremendous success in adaptive selling. So if you haven't done so already, I would invite you to join our class and unlock the key to your sales success. Don't miss this opportunity to take your sales to the next level.